speaking to, I can't remember who I was speaking to, I think it was Lauren, but it could have been anyone. And she came up with Alzo's Adventures, and it's got a wee catchy tune to it. So created an Instagram, and then one thing led to another, and next thing I've got a website. I don't know, I just wanted to share my experience when I was away. I like to be creative, so I mean writing, I used to write wee books and that when I was in English at primary school and that, so me and my mate used to write Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter books. So I just wanted to turn it into writing, take photos. I'm quite into photography now as well, so I remember the thought first came into my head. I just came back from the Dominican Republic, a 2-week holiday, and I had a major case of the holiday blues, and I just thought to myself, there's more to life than going back to work after a holiday. So without really thinking about it, I went and booked a flight, and like, it wasn't for about 9 months or something till the flight I went. So until like 6 months, 5 or 6 months before, I didn't think about it, and then I started panicking because I hadn't saved up money, but I was so excited. It was the thought of living my childhood dream, going to Australia, going to New Zealand. So I just cracked on, saved all my money, and then like before the flight, saying goodbye to my mum and dad, it was difficult because I hadn't spent this much time away from them. I hadn't left home, so there was a lot of tears at the airport, and I remember sitting in the departure lounge myself, and I broke down. I said, I'm doing the thing, what if I didn't enjoy this? But got in the flight and it all vanished. I was just like, this is going to be class. Because I was flying with Emirates, they were coming round with free booze, free food, well, unlimited food. I remember sitting, because I was going to New Zealand, all the Hobbit movies were on, so for about 9-10 hours on my flight, I just battered through the Hobbit movies, and they kept coming round, and they had red wine, they had beer. I cut myself off. I didn't want to arrive in this new country I've never been to before and not have a clue. And in the airport, it was just like any other airport. Like, you're all excited, but it was like, see when the doors open in the airport and you're in Spain or whatever, and the heat hits you, it was freezing. I'd left the hottest summer in Scotland for New Zealand's winter, so there was no heat. But for the first 2-3 years in New Zealand, it was just a big grin on my face. People must have thought I was like, no right, just grinning everywhere. But it was amazing, what an experience to just step out, knowing what's ahead of you. Well, I had planned on doing the Kiwi experience. It's like a bus tour. So you get different passes. Mine was 28 days, and you'd get different routes. Mine took you right around both islands.
Pretty cool.
It was brilliant. Because you're stuck in a bus with the same group of people, you become close with them, and I met some amazing people in that bus. The main activities was hobbiting, of course. I really wanted to do the Tongariro crossing, which is Mount Doom. It's a volcano that they use for Mount Doom. You can hike up to the summit of it, but because I was in the winter, it got snowed off, so I couldn't do that. I was gutted. Also Ben Lomond, because there's the Ben Lomond mountain in Scotland. I thought I'll do the Ben Lomond in New Zealand. Like at first I thought, it's just another mountain. I got about halfway up again, because it's winter, snow was about knee deep, and I was myself because nobody else wanted to go hill walking. So I got up there. I think at the saddle it was about the same height as Ben Nevis, and I looked at myself, I was like, you're going to risk your life here if you go to the top. And I was still another like 1,000 feet, so I was just like, I'll turn back, I've got a good view, good walk at this. So I turned back, and I plan on going back in January to complete that walk. I'm looking forward to that. That was one of my main things as well. And obviously bungee jumping, it's a lot more terrifying than skydiving. I wasn't terrified. When you're standing on a wee ledge and you're just staring down. Skydiving, there's someone attached to you, they push you out and they're in control. bungee jumping, you're standing there, you have to jump. So it was an experience of just standing there looking, what am I doing? Like, you know, why? Oh, the adrenaline, it's unbelievable. One of the best adrenaline rushes I've ever had. I was like 2 seconds free fall. I didn't even feel it. Like the recoil from when you bounce back up. It was like I closed my eyes for 2 seconds, like the wind was blowing right in my face, and I closed my eyes for 2 seconds. Next thing I'm bouncing right back up, and I'm like, how did I get back up here? And just the speed in it, it's unbelievable. I loved it. And also Weta Workshop, behind the scenes on where they do all the productions for Lord of the Rings, all the costume design. That's in Wellington, and that was cool. They take into some other films, like they were in Thor Ragnarok. They done the costume design for that. You get to see how they do all the wee model houses, and I used to do Lord of the Rings models for Games Workshop, so I loved it. Well, as I said earlier, I was watching The Fellowship with Marky the other day, and it is spit image. Like, it's like so perfect. There's a tree at the top of Bag End, and they've had to change that into like a fake tree just so the roots don't ruin Bag End. But like in the background, obviously there's CGI and more hobbit holes, but the actual wee bit in the film is spot on. Like, it's incredible. Like, you walk down where you first meet Gandalf and he's in the carriage, and it's like, yeah, honestly, it's like you're in the film. And you see where Bilbo, the actual route where Bilbo ran down in the Hobbit, and it's like, that's brilliant. When you can go looking, there's a couple of Hobbit holes you can actually go look in. It had been my childhood dream ever since it first came out. I was like, I want to go to Hobbiton, and I finally got to do it. And then got to the Green Dragon. Included in the price for the tour, you get a wee pint at the Green Dragon pub. So it's actually a lovely pint as well. I sat there with a pint and a banana muffin or something, and I said, this is life. The folk that I was on the Kiwi experience with, they were like, I've never seen somebody so happy in my life. And I'm there the whole day, like the Joker. I was just smiling. In New Zealand, because I wasn't worried about money, I had this brilliant group of people with me. There was the toughest part was probably the night before I was going to Franz Josef Glacier. We were going to heli hike, and I was ill. I mean, proper ill. So I was rattling back colos. I was like, oh no, you're not going to get in a helicopter before, after you've been ill. But I didn't tell them that, and I just jumped in the helicopter anyway, because I'm not missing this. But that was the toughest bit. The other tough bit was just leaving. I didn't want to leave. I knew I had Australia ahead of me, but I just didn't want to leave New Zealand at all. I think Australia is an amazing country, and staying in Harvey Bay when I did, that was amazing. Like, living there, I think it's just some of the things I went through. Obviously in New Zealand I didn't go through much drama, so it was definitely New Zealand I prefer. Probably because Hobbiton's there as well. There's so much about it there. I was sad. As I say, I knew I had all these adventures ahead of me in Australia, but I just didn't want to leave New Zealand. But once I did arrive in Australia, and when I first arrived, it was about 9 o'clock at night, and I got a taxi from the airport to my first hostel. That hostel reception closed at 8. So they weren't in, and I was like, this isn't right, I'm not spending my first night in Australia without accommodation. But I managed to get in and get my room, but it wasn't the nicest of places. It was somewhere Scott actually recommended. He was like, it's amazing. It was a dump. It really was. I stayed in Sydney for about a month, waiting on Suzanne coming and walking about the city. I'm not usually a city guy, but I did enjoy it, because it was so open at places. It was good. It was nice. Because it had been 7 weeks, it was hard. It was hard not seeing her for 7 weeks. With text and that, but at the time when I was in New Zealand, it was actually her birthday, and at the place I was, Lake Mahinapur, but I didn't have any reception at all. They didn't have Wi-Fi. It was like proper in the middle of nowhere, so I couldn't even message her, so I had to do that the next day. But luckily she forgave me. She understood my problem, and I eventually getting to see her, it was brilliant, and starting on these new adventures, well, that was good. Australia Zoo. Straight up, Australia Zoo. Growing up watching the crocodile hunter on a Saturday morning, that was another, like hobbing. The Australia Zoo was my childhood dream, and I was there like 20 minutes before opening, and I wanted to stay there until it closed. I love animals, and that's probably because of Steve Irwin. I've always wanted to wrestle a crocodile. Mine in Florida when I was younger. It was just a wee baby, I was actually about that size. I got to sit on top of it. No, honestly, it wasn't huge, but it was like medium, and it had its mouth taped in. You could take a photo and sit on top of it. Obviously, that's animal cruelty. It's probably no meant to happen, but I mean, I was about 11-year-old and sitting on a crocodile at that age after watching Steve Irwin. That was brilliant. And then the Great Barrier Reef, getting to go out and see that was pretty spectacular. Obviously it's starting to die because of the global warming, pollution, so getting the opportunity to go see that was pretty cool. There's a few hidden places, like 1770 in Agnes Water. They're like, I don't want to say happy towns, but everyone just chilled out there. And it was a beautiful place. Just see, because it was overrun by tourists and that, it's just magical. Like a proper wee slice of Australian paradise. A couple of the islands, Magnetic Island, Stradbroke Island, big long beaches for as far as I can see. We went out to Whitsundays, it was just the start of their cyclone. That's when Townsville flooded, and it had been like the worst rainfall. So we were out sailing in this torrential rain, the boats rocking everywhere, so it wasn't magical like what Sundays usually is, but we made the most of it. And once we got off the boat, we just kept driving until we reached dry weather, and we luckily just escaped the flooding at Townsville. Like crocodiles and that roaming the streets. It was just, straight off the bat, my nana passed away. Like my second week into being in Sydney. That was but before I left, I knew it was coming. She'd been in hospital for months. We knew it was coming. I'd said my farewells, but the fact that I was over there myself, Susie hadn't arrived yet, and my mum and dad were going through this, and I was there, so I had to phone Scoop, my best mate. I was like, can you go up, check on them, make sure they're alright? Can you go to the funeral? With the word. Can you go to the funeral and just be there for him? He was brilliant about it. So that was quite hard. Then not being able to find a job in Sydney or Brisbane and starting to run out of money. That was 2 months worrying about money. It sucked. I finally got the farm work, and I thought I'll do this for 3 months, I'll save up. Tried that twice, but I got put into like wee caravans that were up on bricks, no windows, no door. I was like, I'm not staying like this, no chance. Like, they think they can get away with that because we're backpackers and we need to do that farm work to get a visa. So they treat you like crap. But I was like, but not it. No chance. So I went back to Brisbane. We looked at a map, just randomly picked a place and ended up just going there, and luckily enough got a job, saved up again to continue. And after that it was absolutely magic, staying in Harvey Bay. See, because I'd been used to living in a hostel, and like, it's not like a big spacious room, you're sharing this room with 8-10 people, so just having a camper van between two was luxurious. And travelling in it, I mean, you can get a bus from place to place, but being able to just, I'm going to stop here and go see a waterfall or whatever, like these scenic places, that was a lot better. If anyone was going to do it, I'd recommend it in a camper van and travelling instead of a bus, just because there's so much to take in and you're not going to see it in a bus. So after the camper van travels, we finished in Melbourne. I hated the place with a passion. It was just a big I thought it was going to be like, no hipster, but you expect like big art murals and that on the walls, and it wasn't like that at all in the city centre. There's a wee place at Kilda that's got all this fancy stuff and it looked really nice, but the actual Melbourne city was just a city. I'd rather walk about Glasgow, to be honest with you. So I spent about 4 weeks there trying to get a job. Again, worrying about money. That just sucked. Because I already hated Melbourne, and then my mates were going on a stag do to Hamburg, and I was like, I'm stuck here. I might just get a flight to Hamburg. So I hated Melbourne. There was a lot of worrying, because when you run out of money, like you've got nowhere to turn. If you ran out of money, couldn't pay for accommodation, couldn't pay for food. Whereas like back home, you need money, stay with your mum and dad, that's cool. You're there about a dinner. So over there I was like, crap, what if I'm out in the streets and living off scraps? But I managed to pull through actually. And towards the end I just started using my credit card. I was like, I'm going home, so I may as well just use what I can on my credit card. The way I spend money, see when I've got money, and if I'll say $2,000, I'm like, I'm loaded, I can do whatever I want. So I end up spending money on just stupid stuff. For instance, Lord of the Rings, the ring, it was at $150.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, I didn't need that. I mean, I know I was excited, and I think excitement plays a big part in me as well. Like, if I get overexcited, I'm buying anything. Whatever I see, I'm buying. So I'm quite glad though. When we went to Adelaide, because I was so close to going shark diving, I was ready to just chuck that on my credit card and worry about that later. But I had to get, it was $300 flights and it was $450 for the shark dive. So I was so close to just putting it on the credit card, as I say, and worrying about it later. But I'm glad I know, because I didn't. It could have been bad. Aye, it was hard. Especially like hobbiting and the Australia Zoo, try to put into words my excitement, my enthusiasm. It was hard trying to find words for that. But eventually, I even just on my way down to work at Harvey Bay, if I just sit on my phone and type away, and then I go back, change things. But like if I get a heavy moment of inspiration, I just type away and I'll think of something. And then some of them they just came to me. But I mean, I'm not exactly J.K. Rowling or J.R.R. Tolkien, but it was quite hard to write, thinking like I didn't want to sound stupid or cheesy. So, but I thought I'd done alright with it. And I had plenty of readers back home. I want to get doing it again back here. The first couple of times, that was just awkward. Susie was kind of at the flat. I didn't want to say anything in front when she was around. I wanted to do it just in private. But over time, I got used to it. I started doing it out in the open, walking down to the beach and that. It's still weird, like, what are these people thinking I'm doing? But then I think, how many vloggers are there in the world?
Exactly.
It's like, it's no exact, like how do they think like it gets recorded? If you're watching that, they're not thinking, oh, what are they thinking of me? So that eventually sunk in, and I just started cracking the camera out wherever I went. Main thing I've learned is there's more to the world. Like before you settled in that, go travelling, go see places. Because like all my mates have got kids, they've got their houses, they've grown up, all my mates. And I feel like I'm still young. I think I'm 18 half the time, 21. And I'm not ready to settle down and get married and have a child and that now. I've got so much I want to see in the world. And once you get a taste for it, like it's like getting a tattoo. You get a bug, and you don't want to stop. And as for growing a fan base, that is probably the hardest part of YouTube, Instagram, running your own website.
It's difficult.
I mean, you want something, like you want to give the subscribers something to subscribe for, but then because you're just starting out, no companies want to collaborate with you because you're just like you've got 10 subscribers, so what's that going to do for us? Aye, so, but I think I don't know, not as good as I liked it. I mean, Instagram took off quite a bit. Got quite a few followers on that. The website only got about 25 subscribers, but they were loyal readers. A lot of them that I've spoke to since I got back there, I just loved it. And I've got nothing but positive feedback from them, so that's good. YouTube, I didn't do it as much as I wanted to. Because I don't know, I just didn't have enough time, or I didn't focus on it enough as I should have. So I think I've got like maybe 6 subscribers on YouTube, and that's been lucky. But I mean, over time in practice, hopefully I'll get more. But aye, a lot to be learned, especially like saving money and money management. I've learned a lot with that, especially for next time I go out. I'll know to shell out on stupid stuff. Next on the hit list is Scotland, adventures in Scotland. It's not a lot of people come to Scotland, or not a lot of bloggers that I've read anyway. They don't experience Scotland. They'll go to Glasgow, they'll go to Edinburgh, occasionally Inverness, try to find Nessie or whatever. But they don't see places like Stirling, Aberdeen. They don't go to Skye, and Skye is meant to be amazing, so that's on my hit list for it. And hill walking as well, big part of Scotland. There's mountains everywhere, so I'm planning on doing maybe once a week, try to go up at least one mountain a week, and write about where it is, how hard it is, best equipment to take. Usually it'll just be like a snack and some water, hiking boots, depending on the weather. But I plan on doing a lot over the summer and writing about it, hopefully keeping Alzo's adventures alive. Hopefully over the next year I'll be able to grow it a wee bit and I don't know, start to make a name for myself in the travel world. But we'll see how it goes. I'd appreciate a follow. Alzo's Adventures on Instagram, alzosadventures.com on the website, Alzo's Adventures on Twitter, YouTube Alzo's Adventures. Mostly the website. I'd appreciate if you went and subscribed. There's plenty going to be coming up over the summer, and Instagram as well. They're my main two. See you later.